Everybody. I hope this works. Let me see. Last time I did this, YouTube was being super goofy. So let's see. Okay, let's make sure. Maybe it's dragging by. Sorry, just want to make sure. Last time I did this for Thanksgiving, I had huge issues with YouTube being setting up the live stream. It didn't want to do it. I got some coffee in between my last chat, so I'm pretty tired from getting up early. Okay, it's working. Excellent. 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 So what I'd love to do is grab your questions as they come in. That would be awesome. Okay, Bryce, it starts now. Can you show me exactly where you insert the thermometer in the turkey thigh? Does it go in the joint between the thigh and body or what? Okay, so Donna, thank you. Great question. So think of okay, this is the backside of the turkey. Okay, think of it like this. Okay, here's your thigh meat, and then wrapped around here is, okay, on the bottom, your open carcass here, crevice here. This is your thigh here, and then it comes around, and then here is your drum, right? So it's in here. Stick it in here, okay? And I always do it till I like hit the bone. I get it in there and I wiggle around till I can feel that bone being hit. Hope that helps. What's up, Todd? What's going on, my friend? Appreciate you. What's up, David? Good to hear from you, dude. Hey, it's D. Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve to you too. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry, I finally got this fixed. Sorry, there was so much confusion and goofiness at the beginning. Like I said, last time on YouTube, it was a mess. What up, Drunken Chef Barbecue? Like some barbecue right now. Sounds amazing. Well, Merry Christmas Eve to you guys. I usually try to do these little live chats. Right before a crazy holiday when people need some advice cooking or whatever they're making, just trying to provide a little help. What's up, Manveer? Stephanie, good morning, chef. Can I make risotto for 20 people or only in small batches? My daughter's requesting mushroom. Oh, you can we used to make risotto in literally like the biggest rondeau pot I've ever seen. It was legitimately this. You probably can't even see that. Let me see. It was this big. And we would pre-cook it, prepped orders for 30 to 35, and totally fine to do that. Totally fine to do it. What's up, Melina? New to your channel. Thanks for the support. Thanks for stopping through. I appreciate you, Manveer. Merry Christmas Eve to you as well. Carrie, good morning from Arcata, California. What's up, Carrie? Todd, can you sub molasses with honey for gingerbread cookies? You'll lose the color. Some of the color for sure. Molasses is so dark. I do not like gingerbread cookies at all. Sorry, I'm not a huge fan, but I think you probably molasses isn't like perfectly sweet like honey or agave or sugar. I'd have to play with it. I don't think it would be a 1-for-1 sub. You'd have to play with it for a little bit though. But you're gonna lose some of the color for sure. Money. I was talking a boneless prime rib. Is there any advantage of putting on the rub the day before and letting it rest? Yeah, so that they would call that a dry brine. Make sure there's plenty of salt in there too. It can add more flavor. It just gives more time for those spices to sort of penetrate the meat and rub it down really well. I'm not a big. I'm much more of a wet brine person, but I'm not a big season with salt and pepper a day or two before. And here's why: like salt draws out moisture. And I know everyone's like, oh, well, this has been debunked. Like just basic culinary knowledge. Like if you salt something, it draws out moisture. You think of like gravlax, right? Like when you salt salmon so heavily, what happens? You draw out all the moisture so that it's dried out and you can eat it. So I think of the same things. Maybe if you wanted to put the spice rub on the night before, okay, whatever those be, prime rib, garlic, onion, any herbs, and then the day right before you put it in, hit it with salt and pepper. Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay. Janet, good idea for a cheese ball. Cheese balls are pretty simple and plain and can be loaded up with whatever you want. I always love just bacon and cheese. I know it's stupid. I don't know that I have and green onions. Love green onions in there. But you can spice it up with jalapenos. I mean, you can add Tabasco to it. Um, yeah, I mean, bell peppers, roasted peppers. You can add in chunks of feta cheese if you want to do like a Mediterranean style and some maybe basil and oregano. You can just have fun with it. All right, Robin, doing your herb tenderloin, yummy, but my crowd liked done. Well done. You can sear it on the grill, Robin. My suggestion to you: check out my beef tenderloin recipe on my website. Just go to billyparisi.com, and I give you kind of how long it needs to be per pound by the minute for it to get to that medium well. Hopefully that helps. Also, know the end pieces too are going to be pretty well done. Usually about 10 to 15 degrees more on the end pieces than you are in the center. Okay. Forgive my coffee sips here. Loretta, Merry Christmas, Chef. We appreciate all the help. Oh, Loretta, thanks for the support. Appreciate you. Nugget Flavor, good morning, Chef. Billy, happy holidays. Can I prep my prime rib overnight? Will it be too salty with kosher salt? No, I don't think it'll be overly salty. I worry about moisture extraction. I think you probably put the butter on the night before. I would give it yes, you can salt on top of the butter, even though I did it under the butter. You can give it a good salt at the end. It doesn't take that long. I wouldn't stress out about that. I mean, I would do your butter ahead of time, and so make sure if you want to French the bones, make sure you do that. Make sure it's trussed. Make the butter ahead of time, okay? And then about an hour before you want to put the prime rib in, pull that butter out so it can soften up, and it's it makes it pliable to the prime rib. Pull your prime rib out, lay it down in the oven. Hello from New Orleans, Chef. Merry Christmas. What's up, PP? What's up from New Orleans? Stephanie, thank you, Chef. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, Stephanie. Jason, is there a rule of thumb? Oh, dang it. I lost your. Hold on. Everything just pushed down. Is there a rule of thumb for how much flour to use when making rib? Yeah. So it is 3 to 2 flour to butter. Yeah, or, okay, the technical way to do it is equal parts weight flour and butter. But a 3 to 2, okay, 3 to 2 flour to butter, or fat rather. Okay, Todd, you're welcome. You're welcome. Lisa, I have a shank portion of ham for tomorrow. What is the best way to roast it to get good flavor and get good broth for another meal? Lisa, is the ham cured, smoked? What is it already? I mean, and I know this is crazy, and obviously maybe common knowledge for the culinary world, but most ham is already pre-smoked and pre-cooked through. All you're doing is heating it up. You want to get it to like 140. Totally safe and good to eat after that. It's still nice and tender. I mean, how many slices of ham had you had on a holiday and it's so dried out? It's because people just throw it in the oven at 350 and like, it'll be done when the turkey's done 6 hours later. So bad. Go to my website, billyparisi.com. Okay. And, it should be one of my top recipes on my homepage for ham. Just follow that and do a nice glaze. I have 3 different glazes you can pick from. Put it on there, cover it, throw it in the oven. And then at the very end, you take the foil off. But I would do it the same exact way. The shank obviously being much smaller. So you just got to follow my per pound guide. Do you do culinary classes in person? Would you recommend any program or person in Southern California? I don't do any online classes other than obviously the videos that I offer on YouTube, Facebook, my website. Southern Cal, I don't know what's in SoCal. I know in Northern California, there's a lot of stuff. San Francisco and the Valley, Napa Valley. There's a culinary school there. I want to say it's at Johnson in Wales. I've kind of crazy. I've heard good things from the Escoffier online classes. Maybe want to check that out. I guess it depends on what you're going for. You want to get in the business, or is it just for fun? Gwendolyn Joe, Merry Christmas. Does the rib roast need to be at room temperature? It does not need to be at room temperature. I always think like I prepped it right there in the video and I put it in the oven. So, it took maybe 20, 30 minutes of prep from Frenching the bones, trussing it, and getting the butter slathered on there. So if you wanted to maybe think about that, maybe pull it out 20 to 30 minutes before you put it in, but nothing crazy. That first 30 minutes at 450, or the other alternative is 475 for 25 minutes, it's going to come up to temp really quick on those hot heats and those high heats. So I think you'd be okay. Thomas, hey, Billy, just found your channel. Love it. How long should I braise beef short ribs for? Also, is it too early to start getting plastered? Thomas, I don't know, man. I'm not much of a drinker anymore these days. Maybe a little glass of wine or dark, stout, chocolatey goodness beer. or an after dinner drink like a Frangelico. But it's all going to depend on how big they are. I don't have a perfect per pound. I like after I sear them, uh, cook off the vegetables, put the stock or the glaze with wine, add the stock and herbs, and season up real well. Usually takes around 2.5 to 3 hours, and it's around 325, 350. So all in all, you probably got to plan for about 3.5 total hours from start to finish. Yeah, what's up, Billy? What's up, Anthony? This is my favorite time of year watching. Oh man, thanks, Anthony. Appreciate you, my friend. Horror Junkie. Hello, Chef. Hello, Horror Junkie. S. Wolverine, Merry Christmas, Billy. Can you substitute gluten-free flour for your flour recipes? No, not all of them. Any chance of featuring some gluten-free recipes? So unfortunately, it's just not my area of expertise. You know, each of us who kind of do what we do on YouTube, Facebook, or the blog, food blog world, we all kind of stay in our lane. Like, hey, here's what our hook is. Here's what we do. And occasionally I will steer out of there. Only it may be very, very seldom. I don't do much gluten-free. Check out Cotter Crunch, COTTERCRUNCH.com. She does all gluten-free. She's incredibly talented, really makes nice stuff. As far as substituting out, you cannot do a one-for-one sub on a lot of the bread, on all of the breads, actually. Some of the desserts and cakes you may be able to get away with, but anything involving yeast, it's not going to work out, unfortunately. I'm cooking a green gumbo for Christmas. Not going to do anything. I like green gumbo. Do you make your own gumbo filet, or do you just buy it from the store? Just interested. Brittany Nelson, Chef, can I make your gravy in advance? You can. Check out billyparisi.com and go to just search for gravy. At the very bottom of the whole post, before the recipe card, I usually put a make-ahead option and some other chef notes that maybe I missed in the actual post. Thanks, Chef. Have a wonderful Christmas. You too, Monty. Antonio Rodriguez, Merry Christmas to you and your family. I appreciate your diligence in teaching us correct techniques in cooking. It's my pleasure, sir. Thank you kindly so much for the support. Melina, oh man, dang it, I lost everything. Hold on, Melina. I recently fell in love with lamb. Any not to suggest? No, just get all in there. I love it. It's my favorite. Lamb is hands down my favorite protein. Love rack of lamb persillade. It's got the herb breadcrumbs. Love braised lamb shakes. Love a leg of lamb. I got all three of those on YouTube. Do all of them. They're all super delicious. Have you ever tried to dry age at home? I have not, not because of anything. I mean, it's not that I wouldn't try, but I know you have to have really controlled temp, and a lot of that involves humidity. It's expensive. I haven't done it. I don't know that I have any great advice for you not doing it myself. When we did it at some of the restaurants, we had literally controlled humidity and temperature. And then we would come in, I think, once a week at the end of the week and start trimming down some of that bacteria. And then there were other times where we would not touch it for literally like 2 months and then come and trim it and cook it. Robin Ross, thanks for your best. No, you are. Thank you. Metal Gamer, happy holidays, sir. Thanks for your awesome videos. Thank you, Metal Gamer. I appreciate you. Octopus 8. Knee deep in cooking a 7-course menu for my family of 4, but still wanted to chime in and wish you Merry Christmas. Oh, from Germany. Thanks, Octopus 8. Oh, man, good luck to you, my friend. You got it. My mom used to make her famous cheese ball with cream cheese and blue cheese that roll the whole thing. Yum. Okay. 3 kinds of hors d'oeuvres. Bisque soup, a crusted fish fillet called a la bordelaise. I don't know. Interesting. How popular in the U.S. Caesar salad and pork Wellington. Delicious. I'm coming over. Gwendolyn, thank you. For dessert, star anise panna cotta. Interesting flavors. With strawberry sauce on a chocolate, soy, and lime. Man, you know what's up, Octopus 8. Sounds amazing. Frank Pitts, I'm going for a long time. Truck driver on the road to catch every show. God bless. Thanks, Frank. I appreciate you. One of my good friends, Dimitri Heron, that I worked in the restaurant industry for so long. He is truck driving now, and I still stay in contact with him. So, man, God bless you for getting all this stuff delivered. I know you all are working crazy hours, so I appreciate you very much. And Merry Christmas to you, sir. Karen Sood, Chef, I am from India and want to work in your restaurant. I don't have a restaurant. I kind of want one, maybe. I don't know. COVID's changed a lot of things in the restaurant world, but I do not have one, so I apologize. Parker Ash, love your videos and your personality, Billy. What are you cooking for Christmas? Parker, we're super low key this year. Not a lot. I think just my wife's parents are coming over, so we're just making like spaghetti, Italian style salad, have a few appetizers, homemade bread, and a few desserts. Very low key, very simple. Not trying to stress anybody out. Okay, Juan, Merry Christmas, bro. I'm making your beef Wellington and garlic mac. Nice. Nice, Juan. Good luck with it. Horror junkie. I buy the filet from the store. Don't think I will try to make my own until after I finish school. Yeah. We use gumbo filet. You know what? I don't remember how he made it. This really nice restaurant I used to work at in St. Louis called Cardwell's. And man, that chef made the best soups around. I think that's where my love for soup came, probably was through him. But I never saw him make the filet. So I don't even have any advice. I was just curious what you did. Waleed, hello from France. I like your videos. Keep up the good work. Happy holidays. Thanks, Waleed. You too. Jimmy B, chef. When making mac and cheese, do you prefer heavy cream or half and half? Well, depends how naughty you want to be. you want to go, you want all the fat and all the goodness, heavy cream. You want to take it easy, maybe go the half and half route. Still can be delicious. Just all that extra cream and fat and goodness. That's where it comes in at. Merry Christmas, folks. You too. Stu, I'm making a 7-pound prime rib tomorrow, making how you made in the video. Nice. So, I mean, like I said in my Facebook video, when it comes to cooking any big pieces of meat, okay, tenderloin, pork crown, prime rib, turkey, ham, man, use that thermometer. Use it, use it, use it. What I think I even said it in the video. If I didn't, I for sure said it in the blog post on billyparisi.com. I mentioned that after the 30 minutes at 450 and about 60 minutes at 325, man, stick a thermometer right in the center there. See where you're at. You can always keep going on the heat. You can't take it back once it's gone. So just be sure to watch it. See where it's at. At 110, I mean, I like medium rare. Pull that thing out. Let it rest for 15, 20 minutes. It will come up to temperature. Remember, your end pieces are going to be about 10 to 15 degrees more. So those will be more medium-ish while your center is medium rare. And then look, here's the deal. What we used to do in the restaurant industry, and trust me, restaurants overcook stuff all the time. It just happens. There's a lot going on. What we would do if we knew we overcooked a prime rib, we would slice it in 1-inch thick slices. Like the second it came out, we did not let it rest, okay? When you let it rest, all that heat stays in there and goes even hotter and higher. We sliced it immediately and served it. That's what happens, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. Datsun Wesley, happy holidays, bro. Can you do a video on making cronuts? Yeah, I could probably do that. Sounds fun. It's crazy, man. Like, I only put 2 new recipe videos a week out there, and there's just so much stuff to do. The good thing is, if you guys will have me for another 15 or so years, we'll make food forever. I mean, literally. And even after I die and I'm long gone out of this, there's still so much food to make. And it's so good. Jane, Merry Christmas. Just made pumpkin cookies. Delicious. Oh, man. Nick, I got a Chilean sea bass. I can't wait to cook it up tonight. Any recommendation on how to cook it? Okay, Chilean sea bass, one of my favorite fish along with halibut. Halibut's probably number 1. Just got to be careful and delicate. I like a little sear, okay? A little bit of caper, butter maybe, sauce on the end, white wine. Just be careful with it. The good thing is Chilean sea bass is very forgiving. So if you overcook it, it's like still delicious. But you got to be careful because it can go over the top and into mush. Just watch it, okay? Quick sear, little olive oil, little butter, and then yeah, and you can finish that thing in the pan. It does not need to go in the oven. Depends on how thick the piece is. So just watch it. Just don't overcook it. You'll be okay. Even if it is, not bad. Okay. Ron, what's up, man? Merry Christmas to you too, sir. Good to see you. Markall, love the newish kitchen. Thank you. MJ, Merry Christmas. Chef made crepes this morning. Any secret ingredient additions? Also, what's your favorite filling? I am a huge, call me a kid. Maybe it's just because my daughter loves it. I love putting Nutella or, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. My brain is dead. It's not caramel. It is dulce de leche. Yeah, putting all that sugar goodness in there. So good. Unless you're making savory crepes with like seafood and ham or something. No fish, Stu. No, not. My wife hates seafood. It sucks. She does not like seafood very much. If she does, it's like $30 a pound, which absolutely destroys me every time. So no fish. And my family, even though I'm Italian or Sicilian rather, my family never did Feast of Seven Fishes. Like we had so many people to feed. My dad, this is insane. My dad has 40 first cousins. Think about how big our family is when Christmas would roll around. We just had sheet pans and hotel pans full of pastas and hams and fried chicken and potatoes and risottos and all this stuff. Man, they never got into the fishes thing. I think they just maybe thought that not everyone would eat it. I don't know. Just never had that tradition. Parker's food is always great. Do you generally do the cooking at home, or does my wife does not cook at all? D, at all. And I don't think she enjoys it very much. All right. Any advice for a simple vanilla cake topping? It's hard in the winter months because I always say berries. Fresh berries and a little homemade chocolate sauce goes a long way. Vanilla cake, man, I would just let that. I'm not big on a lot of stuff like that either, so I usually let the cake and the frosting do the topping for, or do the speaking for you. You know what I'm saying? So make sure it's nice and vanilla-y. And I would do buttercream. I just love buttercream. It's so flavorful. Or you can change it up and do like a cream cheese buttercream as well if you want. Brett, oh dang it. Hold on, Bradford, I'm coming, buddy. Found the channel a few weeks ago and I'm hooked. We're trying something new this Christmas with lasagna instead of our traditional ham. Yeah, man, do it up. Nice. Christian, Nikki from Alice, Texas. We love your dishes. Thanks, Christian, or Nikki rather. Elena, hello from Russia. My passion for cooking started from. Oh, Elena, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for the support. Definitely appreciate it. Sorry, my hand's getting goofy. Stew, best way to cook a cooked lobster already. How should I heat it up on grill? You can do, yeah. I mean, okay, if it's already cooked, yeah. I'm gonna give you my favorite way, and it's gonna be a little bit more time consuming and probably more expensive, but I've always learned to cook a lobster in a court bouillon, which is a very, very flavorful braising liquid. Now, the way we used to do it is we had fish stock, white wine, lemon juice, garlic, thyme, parsley, a little bit of shallot, and we would just slowly cook it in there. Now, you don't have to go all that route, but you can do, you don't have to make fish stock, but what you can do is water, white wine, lemon juice, a lot of butter, some herbs, garlic. Just get that to like a quick boil, dunk that lobster in there, dude, 2 minutes. You won't overcook it and you'll resaturate it. Because remember, when things are done cooking, what happens? The juices start to roll out. This will help bring some of that back a little bit and will actually flavor up your lobster even more. You could also cook it on the grill, man, 100%. I would do it on the grill. Or oven's fine too. I mean, both are fine. Totally. All right. Can we get more pork chop recipes in the new year? I'm afraid to cook that type of meat for fear of drying out. Yeah. I did 2 this past year. And I have more on my website too. I've done 3. I did a stuffed pork chop, a smothered pork chop. I did a breaded pork chop. I have a couple. Check them out first. Let me know if there's something else you want specific. Let me know. Parker, she has so many recipes, man. Dude, Parker is wild. It is wild. And there's just so many more to do. Crip Jam, hello. Do you have a recipe for shrimp bisque? I do, Crip. Go to my video, go to my videos tab on my YouTube channel. I do have a shrimp bisque on there. What else did you ask? Do you downplay splash of Worcestershire when served an individual? You can. Yeah. You can add a little Worcestershire sauce. Yeah, if you want. Sorry, I'm like reading all these other questions. Apologize for my brain froze. Judith, I don't have time tomorrow to finish the cinnamon rolls, so I can do it all today and reheat tomorrow. Also, should I use bread flour? If my recipe, let me see what my recipe is. Sorry, forgive me. In a while, I don't know if I use bread flour or all-purpose flour. Let's see. Cinnamon rolls. All right, let's see. We didn't use bread flour. You're going to need to increase the hydration. Yeah, okay. If you want to use bread flour, you need to crank up the hydration, so the milk in there by about 5% if you use bread flour, because that's more protein in there. It takes more hydration liquid to balance it off. You could make them tonight, reheat tomorrow. I mean, yeah, you could do that. I don't know why I wouldn't. I wouldn't put the icing on there until after you reheat it. And when you reheat it, maybe cover it in foil. Keep it steamy in there. Hey, it's D. You're a hair away from 300K subs. Hope you get there for thanks, D. Yeah, I'm gonna try some new things in the new year. I want to do another kind of cool video wrapped around food, but not necessarily recipe or I mean, there will be some recipe food element to it, but not so in front of your face like it is now with here's what I have and I'm making. I hope you make it. We're gonna change up some things and try to get some more growth on this channel. But it's been really fun. It's been super fun. Making cinnamon rolls, and I want to freeze half the batch. Do I freeze before or after the second rise? Ooh. Freeze? I can't guarantee that your yeast is going to make it after that freeze. To be honest, whether it doesn't matter if it's the first or the second rise. Man. Let's say your yeast lives. I would do it after the second rise. Okay. Hey, chef, looking for simple yet delicious dishes from vegetables, mushrooms, basic produce from farmers on a student budget. Well, okay. Talera, I think that's your name, Talera. Talera C. I know some YouTube's goofy. Like it's not just people's names, it's it's their channel. So sometimes it's not their actual name. Go to my website, billyparisi.com. Okay. Go to recipes and click side dishes. I have so many side dishes. Most of them are vegetables. You should be able to find some good stuff in there. What's up, Patty? Hey, oh, dang it. I missed you. Hey, Patty, I really appreciate your work. Love the quality approach. Thank you, Patty. Happy holidays as well. Anna, what's up? Good to see you, my friend. Good morning, chef. I made your crab cakes at Remo's house. My husband was so impressed. Those crab cakes are money. Talara, kind of nervous to make any meat dishes. Want to start simpler. Totally fine, Talara. Anna, Feliz Navidad. Merry Christmas to you as well. If I had a chef for a husband, I wouldn't cook much either. Heck, I would be too jealous of us. Dude, I eat so plainly. I'm not kidding. I eat, and it goes back to the restaurant days. Like when we were done after our 10, 12, sometimes 14-hour shifts, although that wasn't horribly often, but it did happen. I just wanted like Del Taco from down the street. I just wanted something else that I didn't prepare that was not fancy. Honestly, I will go to every fast food place that you go and not think twice about it. So, and if I go to someone's house, like no pressure. Someone else is cooking, fantastic. Awesome. Okay, comes Horseman. Nutella crepes, but of course, you have to. Dude, my daughter's obsessed. Thank you. Merry Christmas, Mark. Merry Christmas back to you, Noreen. I'm cooking a turkey and a ham, rather too much for just me, so I shall put up dinners with leftovers. Hey, if I live close to you, I'd come by there for sure. 100%. And I'm making bachalo for Christmas. Do you like that? Do you have a favorite recipe? I do not have a favorite recipe. But why don't you come back to my comments section and post a picture of it so we can all see it. Hello from Michigan. What's up, Annette? I'm originally from Detroit, East Detroit. Oh, yeah. By the way, my wife and I love your creme brulee recipe. We make it. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate you. How long would you smoke a 12-pound boneless ribeye roast? Okay. So I don't know that I have a perfect time for you. It is all going to be about the thermometer. I mean, you're probably going to smoke at 250, 275. 12 pounds, you're probably looking at like, oh boy, my guess is, and it's wild, between 5 and 7 hours. But I would tell you, to be honest, stick a thermometer in there even after like 3.5, 4 hours. Just see where you're at. Okay, see where you're at. I can't give you a perfect time. I've never smoked one that big. At what temp do I cook Cornish hen? You can treat Cornish hen very similar to chicken, obviously, though that it cooks much quicker. You want to make sure you get a nice brown skin on there too. I mean, 350, 375, I think will be fine. Talara, thank you for these nuggets of wisdom. Really gets your creative juices. It's my pleasure. Judith, okay, thanks. Yep. Can we have garnish tips like to decorate any meals as a show of love to them? I don't know that I have any perfect garnish tips other than everything should be edible. And that's something I learned from a really good chef back in the day. His name is Daniel Pliska, and he was amazing at making those extravagant, beautiful garnishes because we served a lot of not catering, but a lot of like big lunches where we would have this beautiful buffet every day of the most insane foie gras, pate, all homemade, just insane stuff. And his big thing was just garnishing with food that you can eat. Color is a big thing too. Like if something's very brown, like a hint of green, a hint of red, anything you can add in there, that makes sense. And that is a potential ingredient in there as well. like for onion soup, I mean, I've got thyme, I've got parsley. All of those are great garnishes and they help brighten things up. So think of color, think of edible. It can be laid on top of what you're cooking, to the side of what's cooking. That's a good idea. I mean, maybe I'll take a look at that for a video and just kind of hone in on that one. So nice of you to give your time and advice on Christmas. Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks, Tony, for stopping in. I definitely appreciate you. Legit Rob. Hey, Billy, I use your pork shoulder recipe every week. Did your green beans. So thanks. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it very much, sir. Thank you. Parker Ash, how did you gain such a great passion for food? Parker, food has been in my life forever. My grandparents were from Sicily, so I have great memories of, and my grandma wasn't a big time cooker, but a big time baker. And so always remember her making pastas and cookies, lots of baked goods. And then I was 13. My mom is an interior decorator, architectural design. So I always had this kind of art aspect from her. And I would go to art camps in the summer, early junior high, sixth, seventh grade. And then when I was in eighth grade and I was 13 years old, my dad's buddy owned a restaurant. And he said, hey, do you think your son would be interested in dishwashing? I'm almost 100% certain 13 years old, and the restaurant industry was illegal then, but we did it anyways. And I had a lot of those same moments Anthony Bourdain did, of like idolizing these chefs and like watching them plate this beautiful food up. And it was art. And I said, okay, I love art. I can now present art on a plate with food. Like, it just hit me like, this is wild. And I fell in love. And when I worked my way up, 14 years old, I'm working the salad dessert station at this little restaurant, and just worked at restaurants all throughout high school. And when I was 15, I knew, I was like, you know what? I want to go to culinary school. And I did it, and hated the industry. Oh, the industry was brutal. So I pulled 15 total years in the restaurant industry, which was 13 all the way to 28 when I was out of college, and still doing it a little bit after college. And then just completely found a little niche with this. When I was in college, I changed my degrees to video production. So I prayed, man, please God, don't ever let me get back in the restaurant industry. And after I graduated, after a little bit of time, found this niche of enjoyed, taking video and photos of food. It was a really long-winded answer. I apologize. Hey, it's D. Whatever you decide to do with your channel will be successful because you have a wonderful personality. You're so down there. Thanks, D. Thank you for the confidence. Okay, Jennifer, Merry Christmas, Chef. Made your string beans for Thanksgiving. Am I stuck here? Okay, there we go. Thanksgiving, they were amazing. Awesome. Brian on the coast, what up, Brian? Thank you for all your great and clear recipes. My pleasure. Crip Jam, thanks, Chef. I have located your shrimp bisque recipe. Can't wait to make it. Good luck with it. Super good. Message retracted. I don't even know what that means. Karen, Merry Christmas and all the recipes. YouTube Karen. The Ginger Glow. Tips on cooking a 5-pound duck. Love from Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know that I have any tips, but you have to be careful because that skin can brown up and turn the corner very, very fast and burn up because the fat is insane. So just be careful with it. You don't have to go super high temp. Maybe high temp at the beginning, 400, 425, and then boost it back down to 325, 350, all in Fahrenheit. I apologize. 350 is 176 degrees Celsius. So start at around 200 degrees, maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then crank it down to about 176 degrees Celsius and let it roll for, probably 40 minutes. Thermometer that thigh. Stick a thermometer in that thigh. Hey, Lisa. Jay says hello. What up, Jay? Okay, that was a lot of talking for the first 33 minutes. I got 30 minutes left, so any questions you have, bring it. Bring it, bring it. You get me for 30 more minutes. Oh, whew. And any suggestions y'all have too, man, please, please, please drop me a line. Let me know. Top chat, some messages. Okay. All right, let's see if I'm missing anything. Lisa, we are having a seafood feast for the big day. Going to have brunch on the water in a bit. Tell Lindsay and Olivia hello. I definitely will, Lisa. Great to see you. Okay, Parker Ash, what would you suggest for an oven brisket flat for tomorrow? I mean, it depends on how big it is. I don't know. Do you want a barbecue? Do you want a roast? What sort of flavors are you looking for? And I'll help you from there. Patty, how do you stay fit? Well, I definitely don't eat everything that I make. I mean, I take bites of it, but much like the restaurant industry, when you're cooking and you're around it all day, sometimes the last thing you want to do is eat it. You know what I'm saying? Um, just it's not. It's just I don't know. It's just not something I crave like the second I get done eating it. So usually I have a few bites of it, or if it's, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm hoping to get to the gym after the first of the year. I'm going to be one of those saps that goes in and ruins everyone's New Year's Day resolutions by taking up space at the gym. Hopefully, it lasts a little bit. Nick, any lobster tail recommendations? I love my lobster tail recipe. It's on YouTube. They're grilled lobster tails. I do a honey tarragon butter, dude. It's amazing. I'm sorry to toot my own horn. It wasn't very humble of me, but it is really good. Brian of the Coast, are you in around STL? Ever think of featuring an STL recipe like fried wraps or STL pizza? Brian, I spent a lot of time in St. Louis. I was just there for 5 days, got back on Tuesday, had some toasted raviolis down at Ragazzi's down on the hill. Everything, St. Louis pizza is okay. Like that cardboard crust, it's like no yeast. It's just like flour and water, and it's okay. I've thought about doing raviolis though. The process with that is insane though. You got to remember, I have to make the pasta dough for the raviolis, make the filling, make the meat, and then of course, bread it up and fry it. It's a process. I hope that if I would do it, that someone would actually make it. But I've thought about it. You're on my list. Deborah, Merry Christmas. Love you, wisdom in the kitchen. Love your wisdom in the kitchen for inspiring me. Help. We have a family debt every Christmas. Do you prefer to cook your turkey at 350 or 325? Well, which side are you on? I'll just take whatever you are, so I don't get anyone in trouble. I'm very much a 350 person on a turkey. Hearing about your heritage made me think about my Aunt Florence from Florence and Mr. Cacciatore. I do have a cacciatore recipe that I absolutely love, Lisa. Very simple, also known as Hunter's. Okay, and a cacciatore in Italy or Sicily. Traditionally would use rabbit, but we use chicken these days. So, but yeah, check it out. Pamela, the kitchen you film in, is it your home kitchen or it's a set? No, it's a studio. Yeah, it's a studio. Here it is right here. And it's funny. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, like all that just from YouTube and website. Like, so I worked in marketing for years as well. So a lot of the stuff that I do in addition to my YouTube videos, all the blog stuff and social media, which is a lot of time, I work a lot with food brands to help develop content for them and their websites as like a small agency, as if they are the ones that created it. Oftentimes I can come in cheaper, and obviously just having a lot of food knowledge has always been a help. So my job isn't just YouTube and Facebook and website, although that is a majority of it. It's not everything that I do. So I have a studio and shoot lots of stuff here. All right. And Parker, yeah, roast. What sauce do I use for a brisket roast? Tomato, herbs, wine. Yeah, you can do all those things, man. All of them. Red wine. You can like brisket to me needs braising if you're not smoking it, because it needs long times in the oven, and sometimes it can get really dried out in the oven if you don't have liquid. So I think of those aromatics: carrots, celery, onions, root vegetables like turnips, parsnips, parsley, thyme, rosemary, beef stock, red wine. Think about a sear the brisket and then roast those vegetables and then put the brisket in there with some beef stock and some wine and let it stew in there. Then you slice it, shred it off, slice it against the grain, and just fall apart in your mouth, man. It's a way to do it. Or if you can smoke it, which I am going to do a smoked brisket here in a couple weeks, kind of going to get ready for Super Bowl. And then when I'm done with the smoked brisket, I'm going to take that for the next video and make a smoked brisket chili because it's time. And I enjoyed your daughter making peanut butter cookies. She's a natural, must be genetic. No, that was a crazy video. So I wrote out a script for her and I had her read it. I'm holding the paper in front of the camera. She memorized the lines that she needed to memorize. It was funny. After every cut, okay, smile, now talk, smile, keep smiling. But she did great. She had a really, really fun time. What's up, Christy? Welcome to the party. It's still going down. You got 20 more minutes. Brian, good morning. Happy holidays. Thanks for all the helpful cooking tips. Home cook here, stepping up my game. It's all about elevating the everyday cooking, my friend. Absolutely. Oh, my stream looks kind of rough. Hopefully it'll catch up. Nugget flavor again, chef. Can I make your sweet potato casserole the day before? Yeah, what I would probably Yes. Okay. So bake the potatoes, assemble it, add the marshmallow and pecan topping, but don't put it in the oven. Wrap it up. Okay. Plastic wrap foil, put it in the fridge, and then the day of, put it in there and heat it. You'll be fine. Okay. You may need to put extra couple minutes too, because if you're going from the fridge, you may need another 5 to 10 minutes. Karen, Merry Christmas. Thank you for all the delicious recipes. My pleasure, Karen. I love chili. Looking forward to more of those recipes from you. Yes, Christy, all good. I'm making candy. I'm making candy when this is over and when it's done. I'll be good. Oh, that's awesome. You don't live in Indiana, do you? Come bring me some of that goodness. I loved your daughter's vid as well. Thanks. Yeah, we had fun doing it. We sure did. Medea, I love your videos. Thank you. Thank you for the support. I hope I said your name right. If I ever mispronounce your name, please just spell it out how it's supposed to be said. I'm not perfect, obviously. I'd love to make sure I get you the right name. Snail mail, man. All right. Okay. I can dig it. So yeah. Yeah. Send me some more questions. I got about 19 minutes or so. Britt, what glaze would you use for honey baked type ham? Okay, Britt, I just did a video. Okay, I did 3 different ham glazes. Did a brown sugar and orange. I did a honey and apple cider with a little bit of mustard in there, and I did a pineapple. Now, all of them super good. My favorite, that apple mustard honey glaze was so good. Honestly, when I was eating it, I couldn't help but think, man, if I was smoking pork, I would probably put this on the end, like before I wrapped it up. You know, after it stalls 165, 170. It was really, really good. Check those out. If not, Billy, and to everyone who's watching, my website, billyparisi.com. If you don't know how to spell it, no worries. Just spell it the best you can in Google. I'll probably show up in 1 or 2. And on the recipes page, every video that I've ever done on YouTube is on my website, and with detailed instructions, not just in a recipe card, but in a post that might talk about the history of that recipe, if it's a traditional recipe, any tips, any make ahead, storage, all that good stuff. It is 100% on my website. Here, I'm going to drop a link here so you guys can all have it. And also, if you want to print the recipe, there you go. There you go. Okay, you're not bugging me at all, Stephanie. What's up? Sorry to bug you again, Chef. Can I use a stock pot for that large batch of risotto, or does it have to be No, it doesn't have to be shallow. The biggest thing that, those shallow, large rondeau pots that I like, it has a lot of surface area. You know what I'm saying? So there's no really chance for things to get too buried. Your arm is going to be on fire, Stephanie, because you're going to be stirring like crazy. And if you got a deep pot, your shoulder's going to hurt. But I have faith in you. You can do it. You can totally do it. 100%. All right. Anyone have any fun Christmas plans at least? And really quick, also New Year's Eve next week. I won't be doing one of these live chats, but next week I have a chicken satay with a homemade peanut sauce. I'm doing a combination. I'm doing the Indonesian marinade style for the chicken satay, but my wife is obsessed with like the Thai style peanut butter sauce. The Indonesian one is super spicy. So she loves that peanut butter sauce, and she puts on everything. So I did a fun combination, and then a charcuterie board. Not a classic French charcuterie, which, has a lot of pâtés and any sort of, forced pork meats. Much more of an Italian antipasto charcuterie. Lots of vegetables, fruits, nuts, spreads. I talk all about that. Hopefully you get a chance to check it out. Okay. I'm having my wife for dessert tonight after cooking all day for tomorrow. Okay. I'm having my wife for dessert tonight after cooking all day for tomorrow. Can you clarify that? Is there a way of doing satay without peanuts? I'm allergic. Yeah. So, okay, Chrissy, you can't do the peanut sauce because even the Indonesian peanut sauce uses peanuts that are ground up. So I just use peanut butter for the Thai style. So no, but the marinade is so good. You honestly don't even need the peanut butter sauce. It's incredible. The flavors were amazing. Okay, how should I prepare her? You're wild, Jerry. My lamb is always tough. What can I do to retain the color on lamb I can chew? The ginger show. What's the cut of lamb? Is it rack? Is it shank? Is it leg? Tell me what you're eating here. Or is it a roast? Okay. What's up, Maria? Hey, chef, I love your beef strips with veg. I make that dish all the time. Nice. Thank you. Sue. Hey, Sue from Thailand. How cool is that from Thailand? Sue, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. Stephanie de Flores. Saludos desde Bolivia. Excelente. Hello, Lydia. Muchas gracias. Thank you for coming through. Christy Bright. Okay. Maria, I would like a recipe for pork legs. Pork legs? Pork legs? Are you talking about pork legs? Why don't I not know where that is? What do you mean, like a shoulder? Legs and thighs with I mean, I have all those kind of dishes. I have lots of chicken recipes. Can you tell me what your version of pork leg is, just so I know? I'm just not familiar. I apologize. Okay, 15 minutes. Hit it. What you got? Man, I was on Facebook doing this earlier, and like 95% of them were people saying Merry Christmas, not many questions. Y'all are great with the questions, so I definitely appreciate it. All right, what do we got? What do we got here? Any last minute questions? We can cut it early too. We don't have to stay the full hour. So if y'all got stuff to do. All right. We'll count down to 5. If not, we'll do a little ending here and we'll let y'all go. All right. And then lamb shoulder. Okay. Tough means you're in that position of obviously overcooked, but not cooked enough to, you must stay the entire time. Thanks, Chrissy. Sorry, Ginger Glow. It means you're overcooked, but you haven't cooked it enough that it like breaks down. So if you're overcooked and it's tough, throw it back in the oven, forget about it for a few more hours. Let it break down. Okay. Let it break down. If not, you need to serve it up more medium-ish. Okay. Which means you need to scale back on some of that time. Yeah. I'm doing a Wagyu prime rib. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Watch it closely because that's like a $300, $400 piece of meat there. Depends on how big it is. Let's say it's an 8-pounder. Yes, Junior, I have a good prime rib recipe. I just did it recently. Check it out. Check it out in the videos. Okay, Kristen, if you're doing, yeah, me too, Kristen. So just have a thermometer nearby and check it. Same hole. Check it. I don't know. If you're of an 8 to 10 pound, I think I mentioned it. After that 450-degree temperature for about 30 minutes, then you tune it down to 325 and let it sit for about 60 minutes. If you're at that 8 to 10 pound, man, after 45 minutes at 325, I would check it. You can't, if you overcook that, you're toast. It's such an expensive piece of meat. Yeah, 10-4. Okay. So after 450 degrees at 30 minutes and you take it down to 325 well, this is my recipe. I don't know which recipe you're going to do. Stick a thermometer in there after that 60 minutes at 325. You have to, or else that thing's, it's probably going to be way below rare, but it's better safe than sorry. I mean, it gets tricky when prime rib is tricky too, because man, it can just turn like that. Oh, I'm at medium rare, 20 more minutes. All of a sudden it's at medium well. It's like, oh my goodness. Those big pieces of meat get tricky to cook, so be careful. Thank you, Chef. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you. Andrew, watching from Meritus. How long do chickpeas need to be cooked? Well, it just depends on how you're cooking it, what you're braising it, or what you're cooking it in. Looking for a recipe for rumbaba. Oh, rumbaba. Rumbaba is on my list to make. I know exactly what it is. It's been on my list forever. I have not had a chance to make it. Love rumbaba. It's so dang good. For hummus, Andrew, check out my hummus recipe. I think it was like, man, I don't know. I don't even know offhand because that video is 2.5 years old. Check it out. Check out my hummus recipe on my website, on YouTube here. And it's Merry Christmas and hopefully for better years to come. Yes, sir. Isaac. Okay, 10 minutes. What do you got? Bring it. 10 more minutes. Any questions? Any commentary? Anything you wish I did differently? Okay. Let's just call it. let's call it. Well, just to end out here, I appreciate you all. I mean, 300,000 subscribers, it's pretty insane. Never in a million years would I ever have been there. So imagine I would be there. So I definitely appreciate the support. It's awesome. I mean, it is awesome. You guys just show up on every video. I just hope that you would just please continue to like and share it, do all that good stuff. Just so thankful for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Take a couple more questions. Did you go to culinary school? I did. I went to Scottsdale Culinary Institute and graduated. And this is so sad. 21 years ago. Definitely dating me. I loved your pita video and now make them all the time. Thanks, Pam. Love homemade pita, homemade naan, homemade bread in general. It's probably one of my favorite things to make. I'm going to do a lot more bread recipes this year. But again, it's so hard with only 2 videos a week to do. I was trying to do 3, but I got killed. I was just so tapped out when I got into the new studio. I was exhausted. Couldn't keep up. It's way too hard. Way too hard. Okay, you guys, again, I appreciate you all. I love you all. Thank you for the support, the encouragement. Everything that you guys do is just, it's so encouraging to me, and I'm just so appreciative of you. Now all the questions are coming in. Hi, Billy. What's your favorite Christmas cookie? I love, and it's so dumb. It's the one my daughter made, the chocolate peanut butter balls on camera. I don't know. I can eat like 50 of those. They're so tasty. What size is your rondo? I can't find one. Here, it's right on my back here. I got a couple of them. This is the Paderno 1810. It looks to be about 12 inches and by about maybe 5. Maybe 5. So that's it. This is it here. Yeah. I have a couple of those guys. Okay. Merry Christmas, Aaron. The recipes I've tried have turned out awesome. Thanks, JD. Okay, you guys, happy holidays. Merry Christmas. I appreciate all of you so much. Stay safe, stay healthy. You all are awesome. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, okay? Hope it's a long one. See you guys.